Good evening, everybody. Monday, November 14th. Just thought I'd go live, see what the community's been up to. I was just on David's channel and he shut off. So see if anybody wanted to come on here and just chat a little bit. This could be 5 minutes or could be a couple hours. So I guess it's going to depend on you guys. You're going to be interactive or not. Hey, Galaxy, Susie, how y'all doing? Figured I'd start when David got off. Although this is clearly a different type of channel I have here other than what David has. Quite opposite, in fact. Doesn't probably upsets a lot of people. And it's not really my intention to upset people, just speaking my mind, and it just so happens that those thoughts are upsetting to many. So what do you guys, well, let's see, we got a couple watching here. Susie, I haven't heard much from you. What do you think of the sale and what's happened the last couple of days? You think it's all on the up and up pretty much, or what? You think there's some tomfoolery going on? What are your thoughts? Hey, Jack, good to see you. I was reading your comments over on David's channel. Interesting. Oh boy, he's talking in code, Jack. I mean, as I've said in most of my videos, I'm not a conspiracy type. I pretty much believe the story for the most part. I think Jack found it. I mean, if you want to say, Forrest told him where to go get it, maybe. You're good with the auctions, is it? Good. I'm glad to hear that. And I am too. Whenever someone, people are asking questions about it and things don't make sense, and there's simple answers for all of it. And I just feel people don't want to listen to those answers. That's all. Yeah, Susie, exactly. I mean, I'm pretty much have closure. I tend to think 9 Mile Hole is correct. I don't like it. I disagree, but I just think the evidence is too much, in my opinion. I know others don't think that. But my biggest question in all of this, really, to the conspiracy people, no one can tell me why. Why would all this be bullshit? Why would it all be a conspiracy? Nobody can give an answer to that. Oh, the FBI is involved, the CIA, and it's a duplicate chest being sold and it's fake gold. I mean, why? Someone answer that. It doesn't, you don't have an answer for why. That's the thing. That's my whole point. Oh shoot, my dryer just stopped. Why would everybody go through this? And you know how many people would have to be involved to pull this off? I mean, you have some people saying that these emails were from 4 years ago, all contrived. All the way back to 2018, as someone made up Jack Stoof just to make these emails. I think Troy was saying that. For 4 years later, when it was, it's just doesn't make any sense, people. A better ending. It's a shit ending. That's not a better ending, though, Jack. It's not. 9 Mile Hole sucks. I agree. I don't know what your name is. Can't really read it, but yeah, I agree. Unknown name. It does suck. But I mean, the bottom line is, and Forrest Mavericks do crazy shit that don't make sense. Yeah, but see, this just, I don't know, man. But you can say that it would never, it's just, there's so much, I don't know. This was over. I mean, everyone's saying it's over now. This isn't the chase, folks. The chase was finding the chest. That's been over for 2 years. It's been over for 2 years. We're all still here. Maybe a couple hundred of us, really. We're all still here, but it's over. and it's been over. This is not the chase. This is post-chase sale of the chest. That's what this is. And everything else is just stuff put out there by people who, a lot of people who believe they're correct or they're going to be entitled to the treasure or whatever. But it's just not, it's not so. I don't think so. The ending is not here yet. But Jack, why do you say that, man? There's absolutely nothing to support that opinion. It's just, we know that Jack Stoof sent Forrest emails in 2018 from 9 Mile, that he was at 9 Mile Hole. And that he searched there often. And we know that Jack Stoof found it. We know that Sarah Davis got involved and had a meeting with Tom Manasco and Jack and Forrest. We know these things. Why is it all being ignored? Tell me. I mean, look, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't give a shit if Jack found it or if it was a fraud, but there's just no evidence for fraud. So we've got the chief Yellowstone ranger involved in the conspiracy, lying under oath. Come on. Jack held on to it for a couple years and it sold. These people, the LLC bought it. Why is this so hard to accept? I mean, that's how you're supposed to do it. You form an LLC for liability purposes and you stay. I mean, who the hell wants to be known with the chest, the owner of the chest? Look at this shit Jack went through. You think the LLC people want to be known? It makes total sense. The ending is not, I think the ending was always supposed to be controversial. It's like he wanted to be called a fraud and it's a hoax. I think he was hinting at this all along. The true solve is proving it. I mean, okay, I don't agree. I mean, I think this is not what he wanted at all. I think at the end he felt obliged and he felt, that he had to protect Jack. That's all. So that's why he left it to the finder. That's why he didn't come out and tell us everything. I mean, it's real easy to understand in my eyes. I could easily see that happening. We heard on the video his concern. It was, I think, in the October 2019 when he was talking to Cynthia and Dale. You could hear his concern about the finder not wanting to reveal himself, etc. Because by that point, he probably understood the kind of issues Jack was dealing with. And you even saw it in Jack's article, and I think it was a remembrance of Forrest Fenn. Maybe it was one of the other ones, but where he says what Forrest will go through to keep Jack's anonymity. Why would Jack onto it for 2 years and not sell it when the story is hot? Answer: Jack never owned anything. We have affidavits, Jack, that he was the owner. So that debunks that theory. So now to believe your position, you have to think those affidavits are false, that they committed perjury under oath just for this conspiracy. Jack doesn't own anything now. That's right, Lucky Digger. That's right. And, and again, I say this completely independent. I don't have a single friend in the chase, okay? And I've only spoken to one person in the chase on the phone. Never met anybody. Troy's comment, Cynthia and two losers gone, Cynthia and Capra. I mean, why are they losers? The only thing they ever came out about was the the Lacey Creek, you know what I'm talking about, the other solve, right? The DeLacy Creek solve. They came out about that. They were wrong. It was a year ago. They were talking about 9 Mile Hole and no one would believe it. And then we finally get to see the evidence for it. We see the emails from Jack. So all along they were right about that. You never saw it, Jack. So what if you didn't see it? He signed a document swearing under oath. You're just, he had medical, you don't know any of that. That's just, he didn't have medical bills, he had student loans. And you don't know what kind of money the guy had. You're just making assumptions out of nothing. I mean, he did state he was the owner of the chest. It's like everyone was screaming about the provenance. Oh, where's the provenance? I mean, give us some fucking time. The provenance showed up. I mean, it's always, oh, well, now there's a provenance. Now there's another problem with it, right? It's always find the next problem whenever your previous problem was satisfied. You got to look to the next problem. That's what it's been. T and Olga chapter hints. Yes, it does hint at a deal. Okay, I agree with that first sentence, Galaxy. I think Jack was offered a deal he couldn't refuse to be the finder. Okay, well, that might be so. But that goes within the story of what we have, right? That goes within Jack finding it and 9 Mile Hole. If you want to say Forrest told them where it was, okay, but at least it fits the evidence we have. I don't agree with your proposition, but at least that fits the evidence. I can deal with that kind of statement. It's these grandiose statements that everything's a hoax. That's nonsense. If you can work within the evidence we have, okay. And Galaxy, that's exactly that. I think Jack was offered a deal. Okay, that could be true. I don't agree, but it could be true. I've had goats, lots of work. Talking about goats. Oh, escape goat. I see. But it's just guessing. You just don't understand the guy's behavior, and it makes you think it's automatically fraudulent. He did whatever the hell he wanted to do. I mean, that's that. That's what it's up to him how he handles the sale of the chest. He was in the middle, he was involved in a lawsuit. He had to bring out his identity. He was forced by the court to, not him, but the family was going to have to give his identity. And sorry, guys, I got it to talking, and welcome everyone. Jack, Lucky Digger, Troy, Chasing Indy, Kyle Chem Doofus. Sorry, everyone, if I missed you. I was ranting and raving. And for the group of people that, I mean, look, I'm not gonna name anyone by names, but we all know who they are, okay? That think they're gonna get a chest or have any piece of the chest, or gonna have some ending, some Hollywood ending. None of that's true. The chest is sold. It's broken up into pieces now. No one's gonna get anything. There's there's nothing in the olive jar stating who the solver is. The olive jar was planted in 2010. Can't possibly know who the solver is at that point. All right, Jack. I mean, now you're saying Forrest is a fraudulent. I think Forrest made mistakes. I think Forrest embellished, but he's not going to pull an entire fraud on the community and have to involve his family and everybody else. It just doesn't make any sense. Why? Again, we go back to why. Why would he do all that? No one can answer the why. They just want to buy into the conspiracy, but they can't answer the why. There's, no one can answer the why. I mean, I said I was going to do my last stream. It was July 4th because that was the last time I communicated with Forrest, and I haven't done one. So it's been what, coming 4.5 months or so. And I said I wouldn't do it until the sale of the chest. So, we had to sell the chest. And so here I am. It's not the chest. Want to bet the contents of the olive jar never goes public? Well, see, again, now it's like there's no provenance, right? But then there is now. You're just guessing. Let's wait and see in a month or two. Let's see what happens. December 12th or 15th or around then. Let's see what happens to the olive jar. And Jack, see this, here's a perfect example of my theory. What's going to happen is if someone does reveal the olive jar, they'll say, oh, well, they could just be saying anything. We don't know what was inside the olive jar. They opened it. They could have just written anything in there and told us that was the olive jar. That's the way it goes. So the people who aren't satisfied will never be satisfied. Right? If there was a video of Forrest saying, The chest was at 9 Mile Hole. Oh well, it's a fake. He did that only because whatever reason you want to come up with. That's the thing. It's nuts, man. It's really, I mean, this chase has really devolved. I mean, it's gotten so bad. Some of the people in here, I don't mean in here in my room, I mean in the chase, are just so, I don't know, man. I'm not surprised, but it's just unfortunate, I guess. I guess I can forgive you for stealing 1,200 out of, oh. Hey, Kyle, that's about it. That's your warning. Ban you next time. And I don't ban people, but we're gonna get into those type of disgusting attacks. I'll ban you. I think that is a real chasing, Indy. Well, I don't know why we would think it's not. And then and Bill gets on just ripping people. I mean, it's just I don't get it, man. And then Greg was looking at coins, saying, "See, the coin's not the same coin that was in the book." So now they were just not only. So now they're not Capo's not just a liar. Now the LLC, they're just thieves, right? They're just going to fraudulently sell shit that's not what they say it is. That's against the law, people, right? So now we're just saying this group of people are just a bunch of crooks. I mean, come on, give me a break. And David upset me the other day. David, I behaved in his stream tonight, so to be respectful, but the other night he's like, the family should have made a statement that Jack was the finder. They did make a statement. Shiloh made a statement that Jack was the finder on December 7th. He made that statement. And David wanted to ban me just for making that statement about saying that. It's nothing but a fact. So, it's hard to speak reason with people who have irrational thoughts. That's the bottom line. Jack, so what? That was he said it wasn't like that. Forrest told us the chess was not like that he took things out and put other things in. He never said that it looked exactly like that. You're just making that assumption again. Yeah, it was missing stuff, but so what? He never said that the chess was like that. It was just a picture. He also posted a picture with tons of coins and a frog. It didn't look like that either. Larry, I'm not angry. I'm just it's not quite angry. I just think some people, I don't know. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. Let it go. Hey, Larry, it's everyone else that needs to let it go, my friend. I've let it go a long time ago. I accepted I was wrong. All these people think they're the solvers or they got the right solution. Those are the people who need to let it go, Larry, not me. Right? I'm not stuck on thinking I'm going to go find anything. So I'm not really the one that needs to let it go. Fenn was making jars out of wax to be cast. It's not crazy to think there's two. Nothing lines up. Nothing. Brought what up for a reason, Galaxy? There are two chess. He was in the room, Jack. Why should there be a pic shaking hands? I mean, they were in the room together, smiling. A few shots of that. No, I'm not a sucker, Jack. I'm rational, buddy. There's more than two chess. Vanetti made like 30 of them or some shit. I don't know how many he made. And then you got Forrest. You got Rudy Green's got one. Yeah, the Detroit Art Institute has one. So what? So what if there's more? Some guy on YouTube cast one that looks almost just like it. that he sold for like $2,500 or something. Of course, Lucky Digger, exactly. A Galaxy, why? Answer the why. Why all of this for a hoax? No one can answer why. That's the thing. Nobody can answer why. They just want to say it's a hoax. I mean, it's, and I go back to something I said in the video. It's hard to spend years of your life on something and realize you're wrong, and no one, people can't seem to admit that. That's the problem. I mean, there are people that'll never admit it, and they'll just continue being miserable and hung up on the chase, no matter what happens. What can I say? I admitted it a while back. All right, Jack. Well, you go out there and spend thousands and find it, buddy. Let me know when you find it. I bet you never do. Even though Forrest signed an affidavit saying the chest he hid was found. I guess he lied too. He committed. Oh, but he knew he was dying. So okay, all right. See, everyone's a liar. Everyone perjures themselves, again, for no reason, because no one has yet to give me a reason why they would do that. Yeah, Granny, so what? You wouldn't have seen the chest retrieved from anyone because you weren't there. What kind of statement is that? Because he wants to be remembered as someone. Oh, kid me, come on, Galaxy. That's really acrobatic to come up with a reason. The chest is found but not retrieved for whatever reason. The chest is on sale, Jack. What's being sold at Heritage? You think that's a forgery? They're all, again, everyone's a criminal. Why should he, Granny? Just because you want him to? I mean, he doesn't give a shit what you want. He doesn't have to put out a video of anything. I mean, this is the thing. It's the sense you guys think you're entitled to all this shit. No one's entitled to anything. Jack has no obligation to put out a video of him finding the chest or copies of his receipts at Yellowstone, or flying receipts or whatever. Just because you think he should, so what? He never retrieved it, right, Granny? I mean, I guess the box magically appeared in his possession, right? That's fine. And he just sold it and signed an affidavit. Right, not any longer. You're right, Granny, because he sold it. It's just, again, there's no reason. There's no why. No, Galaxy. Fenn said he hid the chest in 2010. He hid it in Wyoming. It was found in Wyoming. Okay, so all the stuff inside is fake, Jet. And he lied to the IRS. He committed a tax crime, by lying to the IRS that he gifted the chest to Jack, right? So he did that too, a felony, federal offense, lying to the IRS, tax fraud. He did that too? Jesus, give me a break, people. It's ridiculous, man. Really ridiculous. So we had to check the chest to make sure the frog necklace was not in it, in my opinion. So the chest was sitting on the ground for any schlub to walk by and find out thing. So what? Nobody will stumble onto it. Jack didn't stumble onto it. He got the general area and grid searched it for 25 days. That's not stumbling onto it. That's finding it. All that stumble, I mean, people think stumble could mean just because it was buried flat to its lid, because you're not going to stumble on it because it's not sticking out of the ground. That's what not stumble means. It's not any schlub. It's someone who was in the area and searched diligently without giving up for 20-something days. It's not just some guy randomly walking around in the woods. Of course he did, Granny. No, he didn't write as Jack Stoof, but as the Condor, he talked about grid searching. Okay, so Forrest lied. Carl Summer, the attorney, lied under oath. Zoe lied under oath. Jack lied under oath. Okay. Stop looking for it and start solving the riddle. Forrest left. The hunt is over and the gold is gone. Yeah, exactly. It's all gone. No, Doug said, first of all, there's no evidence that was actually Doug Preston. Okay, first of all. Second of all, he may not have known that he was going to reveal himself and then realized, oh shit, this really is the guy, and then withdrew his message. Oh, Carl's lying too, Granny? Yeah, you're right. Okay. Zoe's lying. I in the poem doesn't identify anyone. What would be a good gift for someone with a metal detector? I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean by the question. Is you guys gonna bid on anything at the auction? It's not on a trail, Jack. Not any hiker could have found it. It was surrounded by on all four sides by stacked deadfall, and it was buried all the way down to its lid. No one could have just found it, walk around with a log on top of it. Jack, listen to this comment. That means it couldn't possibly be found by accident ever. It was an accident. He was looking for it. You don't get that apparently. He was there in the area looking for it and found it. It was an accident. It was by Jack's design. He found it. Carl said, Fenn confirmed it was the same chest and contents he hid. Why use the word same? Because people like you think there's more than one. See, when they tell you it's the same, you use that to justify your theory. If he wouldn't have used the same, you'd have said, well, why did he say it was the same? You would have just said the opposite. So if he didn't use the word same, you would just argue the opposite argument. And this is the thing. This is what's insane about you guys. I'm sorry. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. This guy is easy. Granted, you're a tool, buddy. You have no idea about what's going on. You post like half truths on your channel constantly without telling the whole story to get people to think what you're saying is accurate. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that believe it just by what don't do their own research. Same implies no, it doesn't. Galaxy doesn't imply anything other than it's the same chest. Doesn't imply there's another one. Granny, I'd knock you in the dirt with my knowledge of the chase, okay? Over you. Anytime I would debate you. The problem is the only people that are left are nuts that think of a conspiracy. That's all. 90% of the people left are conspiracy. That's because most of the people who are rational and don't think that have gone. And you guys might be regular, nice people in real life, but man, in the chase, you're out there. I don't know what else to tell you. That's the honesty. I'm not on the Fenn payroll, my friend. There is no payroll. That's right, Neo. That's right, buddy. Beware all ye who enter this channel. Because if you're on that conspiracy train, I'm not going to hold back. Because it's the conspiracy mindset is part of what's made the chase so bad at the end. That's the truth. Not all of it, but it's certainly a part of what's made the ending bad. Galaxy, I've read the book, my friend. Okay. Not, and your questions doesn't even really make sense. Tell us one thing that is true and not a contradiction to what Fenn said. I mean, what do you mean by that? I don't know. I mean, Garrett Pointer, all terrain military will be great. Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, this, I'm not in the conspiracy camp. You are Jack Jack. That's what your whole, everything you've posted has been so far as conspiracy. I mean, it's horrible. Look at the people out there making videos. Everyone who's making videos, all the tubers left, except for me. I'd have to think about this. I'm not even a tuber really because I haven't done a video. Well, I did a couple little videos, but I haven't done a live stream in 4 months. So I mean, I'm barely a tuber anymore. But it's like me, Ben, and even Ben, was questionable if he's not conspiracy or not. And that's it. See, that's another thing, Jack. Jack, that an answer like I wish I could say more. Oh, that drives me insane, bro. Oh my god, none of you know shit. That's why that drives me nuts. Oh god. Oh Jesus. They said they have the emerald ring. It's with the family. That's what they told us. What age are we talking about? Oh, you guys are talking about something else. Roping dope's kind of fun. Right, but now how did it happen? It was in the chest. It wasn't apparently. Apparently, it didn't make its way in there. I mean, so what? And neither did the other frog. Forrest went and got that, but didn't, I guess, didn't know where the ring was. I feel sorry for you guys. You guys going to be sitting around here 20 years from now saying what a fraud it was. There's a chest out there. You're going to still be looking for it. That's unfortunate. But nothing's going to happen. This wait, which one? My channel photo, Neo, or the one that's on the screen? Like my icon, my avatar for the Stuck in Chaselandia channel, or the Forrest picture? The Stuck in Chaselandia photo, I think I got from Pixabay or something. And then the channel, yeah, on the screen, that's from my spot was in Montana and Yellowstone. That's looking out. That's Soda Butte Creek. You can't really see the creek, but it's there. That's Soda Butte Creek. Northeast entrance. So the northeast entrance is about not straight ahead, but a little off to the right, back to the right, about 800 feet or so, 700 feet. Jack, who are you recruiting? They're only nuts. There you go, Granny. You're getting the idea, bud. You're coming around. I mean, what do you guys, okay, Granny, let me give you a serious question. My question to you is, what are you waiting for? What do you expect to happen in the future? Like, what do you think the ending is going to be if this isn't it? Who said no bracelet? Jack took it out when he, I mean, it's like everything, your questions are weak. There's an answer for everything. On the copyright, okay, what do people understand what a copyright is? The autobiography is copywritten, which means doesn't mean you can't let someone read it. It's just like owning a book. A book is copyrighted. There's absolutely no difference. Just means you can't sell it as yours. I don't have all the answers, Jack. I have the answers to easy questions, which you guys are giving me. Doesn't matter that's autobiography is copyrighted. The scroll belongs to the finder, whoever buys the olive jar. Not the finder, whoever buys the olive jar at the auction. You expect the searcher will find it this year on this year? Okay, Tempest. You're new here. I haven't seen you, or maybe you were lurked before, but okay. Clear. Obviously, I disagree with that statement, but I mean, if you're out there spending money searching, that's cool. Yeah, Lucky Digger, the dragon bracelet's really cool. I'm guessing that LLC there's a woman there. Maybe not. That might be a little sexist, but there's a woman and a man. The man's keeping the chest. The woman wants to keep the dragon bracelet, which tells me they're searchers, because if they weren't, they would sell everything. They wouldn't give a shit about those two items. I have some answers, but none of you actually care. Like talking to a bunch of dork, right? Because you're another. I know the answers. I know what happened. You don't. You don't know anything. That's why no one wants to hear it. That's what the other thing people don't seem to understand. No one cares about your solve. People think like some guy posted it. I don't know how many pages. It was like 30 posts solve on Thor. Like people are gonna sit there and read every one. No one cares about your solve because you're wrong. Like, why is this so hard to understand? I mean, let's pick anybody. Is there anyone other than yourself whose solve do you believe? Give me a name. Do you guys believe Bill's solve? Do you believe Streets? You believe Troy that it was up in, or Granite does? Granite is a wheel person. Maybe Granite is Troy. I don't know. People only believe they're solved. No one gives a crap about your solve. I mean, why are you surprised by that? Granted, he never, well, yes, I agree. I do agree he has conflicting statements about when the treasure was hidden. But the one where he swore under oath, he said 2010. And that was also said by Zoe. If I was the winner of the olive jar, I would put it in a trust for 99 years unopened for my great grandchildren. That's cool. That'd be terrible for the community. And why would I mean, it's a cool sentiment, but why would your great grandchildren care? They're not even they know nothing about it. Ian, I don't care who James Swisher was. I don't care. I don't know. This is my answer. I don't know. The chess is still out there. Everything y'all see is smokescreen and very showman-like. I'd expect nothing less. Again, Jack, you haven't told me why everyone's committing tax fraud and felonies and other fraud to pull this off. You haven't given me that answer. I do not appreciate your comment about his age. Whose age? Why did Forrest lie about his 327th flight? Copyright will expire then. That was an empty reproduction box left at 9 Mile. Oh, really? Okay. Oh. It was vital that nobody share my knowledge about the right. Neo, I understand that quote. What I'm not as sure what you're getting at though with that posting that quote. I'm not really sure what you like, if you're saying I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean. I don't think that anyone would still search. There would be no serious belief. Yeah. I mean, of if first of all, I think we all dispute the 300,000 figure of searchers. I think that was when we're talking about Forrest embellishing. I think that was definitely one of them. But whatever the number was, right now, I think most of us can agree that there aren't a lot of people around. Okay, maybe a couple hundred, maybe 500, but I think generally we can all agree on that. Maybe might be one of the only things we can agree on, that there aren't a lot of people still around here. I think he couldn't say a date because there were two chests and two dates. He couldn't answer because he was portraying. Okay. Hidden in 2010. If you don't want to talk about solves, why not answer the questions that revolve around the memoir? Nobody's committing tax fraud. If everyone believes it's the chest, they're not committing. No, it doesn't matter what the buyer believes. That's the whole point of fraud, Jack, is to get people to believe your lie. What the hell are you saying? Do you know what fraud is, my friend? Of course it matters what the people believe. That's I mean, that's exactly what that is. He said my shadow wasn't cast by the fool. Yeah, he did say that. And I'm not sure what you mean by that either. MS, that would be amazing if someone found a jar, right? But hey, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. All these people in this room are going to say it's fraud, right? No one's going to believe what it says in the jar. Oh, that's a lie. He didn't really find that jar. Where did you find it? Oh, in Texas or no, in Louisiana, whatever. They're not going to believe it. So it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I mean, I think someday, hopefully in our lifetime, it'll be found. I don't know though. I mean, buried it deep in the desert somewhere, according to him. So it could be very unlikely someone finds that for a long, long time. And that was obviously his plan. Jar Jar Binks, yeah. He said, in a live jar. I mean, who knows if he even really hit him out there, you know? I mean, they were all on his desk. I read your entire sentence, Jack, your entire comment. It says nobody is committing tax fraud. If everyone believes it's the chest, they are not committing any fraud. Only the one who knows it's not the chest is committing fraud. Ugh. Fenn lied about his flight record because it led to something and somewhere. There's a monument in Idaho Springs, Colorado called. So where's the fraud stop, Jack? Who knew it wasn't the chest, and who was the first person to think it was the chest? That's my response to your comment. So there must be a point where it's the fraud started with the first person who knew it was the fake chest gave it as the real chest. Who is that person? Granted, I just said I think it's a the LLC has a couple members, maybe a couple more, four. I don't know how many members. One wants to keep the dragon bracelet, which my guess is it's a woman, and someone wants to keep the chest, which could be a woman or a man. I don't know. I mean, my theory, it's not even a theory. My belief is that the LLC is comprised of some combination of Rudy Green, Justin Posey, Amy Seeks, maybe Packer Jack, and a wild card like I posted on Thor would be Douglas Preston. So I just think they want to keep it as a memento. But I don't see, I don't think Douglas Preston would want to keep it. So like I said, he's an outsider, wild card. But I think there's a strong possibility that any of those four I mentioned are part of the LLC. I do swear in the name of a God I don't believe in, a flag I don't back, and consequences that can't be redeemed. What I shall state shall be the truth, all truth. That's funny, Moisturize. So is anyone filing suit or just lots of complaint? Lots of complaining. I mean, I haven't heard of a suit being filed yet. I mean, Barbara seemed okay with what's happening. She didn't say she was filing a suit. Bill didn't say he was filing a suit. I think Greg has kind of danced around it. They don't want to show it off in high resolution because it's a copy. I see. Okay. Cynthia was holding the chest in that picture. I mean, doesn't make sense, Granny. She was holding that chest in the picture that she just took at Heritage. You can see the wood inside Galaxy and the pictures of the law office. Again, you guys just say stuff that's just wrong. It's just not true. It's not true. You see the wood in the picture Jack provided. You see the wood in the office when they're looking at it, him and Forrest. Oh, God. All right. You said too much, Jack. You don't know anything, buddy. It's whatever you know is just opinion. If they believe it's the chest, then why shouldn't it be so? I asked you a question, okay? I read your comment, and then I asked you a question, and you're not responding to the question. You said if the one who's buying it doesn't know it's fake, right? Give me the first person that bought it not knowing it was fake or that got possession of it. Who sold it knowing it was a fraud? Did Forrest give it to Jack knowing it was a fraud? Did Jack provide a fake chest to the LLC with Jack knowing it was a fraud? Where does it start? That's the answer to my question for you. Well, maybe you can, Galaxy. I mean, I'm not going to argue that point. I didn't try to zoom in because I'm not worried about it being a fraudulent chest. But that very well may be true. I don't know. She also provided a picture of the bracelet, the dragon bracelet. It's funny, and I'm not the, obviously a lot of people said this. Everyone believed Forrest when they were out there looking for gold, right? Man, that's funny how that works. Now that everyone was wrong, they're pointing the finger, saying it's a fraud, this and that. Oh man, sad, really. I cannot tell you that without perjuring myself later, unless you delete your videos. No, that's all right. I'm not going to delete my video. Why is the bracelet not in the photograph of the chest? Forrest said, okay, first of all, granted, this is another ridiculous comment that people have said. Forrest is the last thing he put in the chest. So what? Maybe he put it in the chest when he was hiding it, right? Like he put it all. Oh, and then when he it moved, and then when Jack opened the chest, he took out the bracelet. There's answers for these questions. You just don't want to accept them. And that's fine. Don't accept it. But there are answers for it. You make it sound like there's no answer. All right, Jack. I mean, no one's ever going to care about whatever that is you're saying. No one's going to ever. You're never going to be in jeopardy because it's nothing. But that's okay. The smoking gun is the chest in scrapbook 158. I could prove it on one way or another if I could see that chest up close. Okay, well, I could prove it if an impossibility. That's convenient. No, he says he didn't take anything out. He took. Well, maybe Jack lied. I mean, we know Jack has fibbed about other things. You're living in fantasy land, Jack. You want to believe you're special and know something other people don't. You don't. It's fantasy land. All of you guys. That's fine. You can live in your Santa Claus world. That's your prerogative. I don't get why Jack didn't leave the bracelet with. Who said he didn't, MS? I don't know. Do we know who said he didn't leave it with Forrest? I don't think that I can afford to buy anything. Yeah. Yeah. People lucky. It's funny. I just bought something. I signed up and then I ended up buying something else. I bought a guitar. There was a guitar auction this weekend and I bought something. But yeah, what happens is you put in a bid, like let's say you can put in a top bid. So if let's say the current bid is $50, I could go in there and put in my top bid is 150. So the next time someone bids 60, it'll automatically go to 70 because I already told it I'm going all the way to 150. So that's how it goes up so fast. Because it happened to me, and I was like, oh, I mean, I'm probably not gonna bid on any of the gold or anything. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll wait till it gets closer. If it's, if I can get something cheap or reasonable, I'll buy it. But if it's crazy money, I'm not going to spend money on that. Marshmallow World. Is that what let me see. That's the best way to bid at Stuck in Chaselandia. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, MS. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. Well, I mean, maybe it wasn't with him, but it was in that the whole box was left at the lawyer's office. So maybe it was just left in the box at the lawyer's office, right? Who's this creeping up next? Oh. Zoe gifted it to Jack after Forrest died. Go. Hold on a second. They have a bill of sale. They don't have anything. Carl will not show gift receipt. I mean, I know I'm wasting my breath. I'm not convincing anybody because your group is unconvincible. There's nothing because as soon as you get something, then there's another issue. It doesn't, those of us who don't think it's this huge conspiracy understand that. We know that you will never be satisfied no matter what evidence you're shown. There's a video of Forrest saying, I did everything like this because blah blah blah. You wouldn't believe it. Carl is claiming that he was an eyewitness to it being gifted to Jack, but you can't do something like that. There has to be paperwork. It's called a tax receipt, Granny. There is paperwork. Well, that's true too, but I have evidence. You guys have nothing. You guys are just on thoughts, just opinion. There's no evidence backing it up. I got affidavits. I mean, I don't know what you want. We've got emails, affidavits from attorneys, from the daughter. Yeah, they did. They did file with the IRS some gift tax receipt. I'd have to relook up the wording. It was in the court case with McCracken. Their galaxy, there's many chests. That's the thing. There are many chests out there. There was some woman on Greg's channel that brought a chest and showed it off to everybody. There are several out there. I don't know how many exactly. Yes, it's over, MS. Exactly. Exactly. I feel the same way. It was a bummer when it was announced, and I held out hope for a while, but you know, looking for gold stories and such. What? Oh, you're talking to someone else. Okay. No, the truth's not pliable. The truth is what it is. The problem is it's impossible to always know it. I mean, you know, I have to go look at. Oh, but there's only one poem. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, Lucky Digger. That's how I recalled it. I'd have to go look at the McCrack, what was filed and stuff. She lied, right? Yeah, everyone's committing perjury. Law-abiding citizens for their whole lives, and all of a sudden the whole world's committing perjury. Oh man, hysterical. Let's not forget we have Sarah Davis, the chief ranger at Yellowstone, committing perjury also. I'm not saying they're identical galaxy, but the point is there are many fake chests out there. Not fake, but other chests. They're just other chests out there. Doesn't mean that those are chests put out by Forrest. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the Venetti chests are identical. I mean, they're not. They're a different color. They're a much darker hue than the actual chest. Yes, granted, Lucky, granted always has a slight misunderstanding of the facts to back his story. And again, I've asked about 5 times. No one can say why. Why? Uh, Still waiting for a good why. Yeah, yeah. The chest alone without anything is 40 pounds. Yeah, exactly. Look in the back. James Swish. Oh, so no one's gonna bid. I didn't see anyone answer, and I guess no one's interested in bidding on it, or at least trying to bid on it. I guess Lucky, you did. You did answer me. He told you the answer. You keep a. He told you. I mean, his reason was to get kids off the couch, give people hope, etc. Right. 2 years later, Jack Jack. I mean, who if the person who was supposed to get it, what if they died? I mean, it's just nonsense. It's the dumbest thing I've heard. Yeah, the chest was at the attorney's office, Lucky Digger. Like a CIA cover story. Oh, so the CIA is involved, right? Bad juju. Yeah, MS. I don't blame you. That's about 4-person hearsay, Granny. We haven't seen anything from that email. See, now you want to say K-Pro's full of shit, but now when it suits something you're saying, you want to believe what she said, right? I see how that works. Jack Jack, just little hint, you're not that person, my friend. Just so you know. I mean, you might know that already, but that's not you. I know who's this was, but oh. Golden Key is bidding. What do you Golden Key? What do you like? A few different items, or there's one thing special you want to bid on? I'm not that person. Okay. Well, at least you have that much sense. Good. I mean, anyone thinks that they're the person getting something is well, insert your own adjective. Maybe if on the stick, yeah, that'd be pretty cool, right, MS? But there'd be no way to prove it's the same stick. He could have carved another one. All the fraud. 500 bucks. Oh wow, really? I mean, I gotta tell you, I don't know. I mean, the Rusty's like, who wants that for 500 bucks? I mean, I guess money's relative. If you're a millionaire, 500 bucks isn't shit, but it's a good chunk of money. It's a car payment or whatever. for the rusty scissors. I mean, it's more of a status thing, right? So you can tell your chase friends, "Hey, I bought the scissors." I mean, they obviously they don't mean anything to you because you didn't even know about them until the chest was found. What's brown and sticky? A stick. 625 is still going up. Wow. That's going to end up pretty high. The scissors, obviously the olive jar. What else? The frog. Those are going to be some big ticket items. Is the key being auctioned? Does anybody know that if the key is part of the lot? Yeah, you know what? Sasha said that beware of mud thing, and Forrest later said that he didn't say that. When the feds raid the JFK trove, they will take everything. Don't bid. Oh yeah, just like Bill said that the secretary for Carl said that the government took the chest. I mean, I believe whatever I think of Bill, I believe that someone told him that. It's clearly it wasn't Carl's secretary. That person was a searcher just screwing with Bill and said she was Carl's secretary. But I do believe Bill. You say what you will about Bill, I don't think he's a liar. I don't think he would have made that up. The key goes with the chest. Oh, okay. I thought maybe they were selling the key. That would have been kind of cool thing to purchase. That would have gone. That would have gone pretty high, I think. Jack, here's the problem. There's so much audio and writing of Forrest. You could take any scenario. You could take some scenario about aliens coming down and planting a chest from what he has said. This is the problem. So the conspiracy people pick any little thing and hang on to that. Jack's attorney's secretary? Is that what he said? Hanasco's secretary? Well, either way, I thought my bad. I thought he's still saying that one of the attorney's secretaries told him, which is no way that happened. I mean, no way. I mean, again, let me clarify. No way it was one of the attorney's secretaries. I'm sure it happened that someone told them that. I just think they were playing around with them. Chapters tell courthouse. Maybe key is at the end of the word. Think monkey, donkey, and going on. Where the chest was stored. The chest was stored at Hanasco's office. I believe that's correct. What do I think of Josh Jordan? Yeah, I've left him out. I kind of forgot about him. How can you forget? I think he posted fucking 20 videos yesterday or whatever it was. And Lee Harvey Oswald acted. Yeah, now we do agree on that one. So this is granted. This is what crazy people do. You guys go, well, at least I'm not that guy. There's someone crazier than my ass out there. That's what you're doing. That's funny. Homonym suffix prefix word spelled backwards. Yeah, I think there was some of that in solving the poem. I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't be true. I mean, that's possible. Ian and INFJ got their talking about Mr. Swisher. Got something going. I'm riding my donkey on the farm the other day. Someone hit me with a rock or stone off my ass. Off your ass, then on your ass, right? After you fell off. That's funny. How come you changed your name, Golden Key? You get a YouTube trouble or something? I only know because you just said it in David's room. I think you said who you were. But I won't say it unless you say it again. But always look for the angle. Oh boy, Kennedy conspiracies. Although I will say, I am not totally against the Kennedy conspiracy. Golden is gay, right? You have to ask Golden. Oh, I needed a change. I hear you. Everyone does, time to time. Well, right, Jack. Jack. I mean, of course, everyone, all the searchers hung on every word. That I mean, yeah, everyone listened to everything he said and tried to understand what if he was giving hints or what. Oh, so Ian must be a Colorado solver. Granted, my general belief, I don't have super strong thoughts on it, but my general belief is he was involved, that he is not the sole person. I definitely think there could have been some. I saw, in fact, listen, I saw the best documentary. It was recently put out. And when I say recently, I mean within the last year or so. It was the best one I've ever seen. It was very convincing. Um, and that one tries to say that there was someone up on the grassy knoll behind a fence. And there was a lot of interesting information on that one. So I'm not against that being the truth. I don't know. That's the truth. I don't know. But yeah, I think of all of them, that one is the most fishy of all the conspiracies out there. Hey, what about in the olive jar? Since Fenn was buddies with what's his name, Connolly, Fenn provides all the answers to the Kennedy assassination. How about that? Almost one thing in each. I agree, Jack. Jack. I believe every scrapbook had a hint, or just about everyone. There might have been one or two here and there. Well, if you talk to Michael Francis from Mob, he's been out doing a bunch of video in the last few years. He thinks it was a Mob hit. But granted, I don't think that there's going to be anything in the olive jar about Kennedy. I mean, it's just, you know, I had that thought quite a while ago, but I blew it off because I just don't think that's possible. Exactly, the magic bullet. It's the magic loogie in Seinfeld. Anybody watch Seinfeld? Love that damn show. The magic loogie with Keith Hernandez and it's funny. Let's see, well, how long have we been on here? A little over an hour 15. So what, guys? Where's everyone out here? Everyone's what are we sticking around for now? Mafia in Dallas was paying off the cops there. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I don't know if that's a fact or not, but certainly it doesn't surprise me if it's true. But anyways, check out that Matt Smells Like Shit was coming out to Breckenridge a long while back, and he had the BBB. It was pretty simple to figure out why. You mean Matt Smell the Sunshine, Matt DeMoss? How long do you stick around, Jack? When are you going to say, "Oh, this was the finale"? What makes you think there's more? How long are you going to be here? 5 years and still nothing? I mean, what? I mean, the chest is being sold into pieces. So you think there's another chest and someone's going to find it? I mean, how long do you wait to find it? I mean, I assume you're going out to look. What was that galaxy? Now I'm already confused on whose conspiracy is what here. Are you there's another chest, or are you in the camp that someone else is going to get credit for solving it? I don't know, granted. Again, that's based on some photo detective work by Packer Jack, which I didn't really. I mean, maybe it was the same spot. I don't know if it's definitive. Maybe it is. 6 months, Jack Jack. All right. Well, I mean, that's not that long. 6 months isn't that long from now. All right, Jack Jack, make me a bet or a promise. June 6, 2023, you will admit nothing else is coming if nothing has happened by then. Will you say I was wrong? There is nothing else. There was so much talk of fraud and hoaxes throughout books, articles, and interviews, forgeries of art, selling. Yeah, there was. There was, but it doesn't mean that this is a fraud just because he talked about it. Yeah, Sledneck. I mean, yeah, I think that's another one of the few things we can all agree on. We'd love to hear what's in the jar. But are you going to believe it, Sledneck? That's the big question. If there's something in that jar that someone whoever buys it says, "I bought the jar and I'm reading it. This is it," and it goes against something you believed about the chase, are you going to believe it? That's the question for everybody. And I say most of you will just say, "No, that's a lie. That's a fraud. He changed what was in there, or he wrote his own thing, or whatever." All right, fair enough, Jack Jack. Fair enough. Idaho Buffalo, I saw you posting about that in Piasano's channel, and I even looked for it. I didn't see what you were talking about. Sorry. Who's Tom? Oh, Tom's baby was found on. Oh, Lucky Digger. He's talking about some book him and INFJ have been talking about. I think. Right, Sledneck. So just some guy you don't know. I mean that's the maybe is that the best scenario or is that the worst scenario for believability? John Smith from Delaware bought the olive jar, and now I'm going to read it. I mean, that's all you're going to get. So, I mean, you're just not going to believe it. This is the problem. This is the problem. Right. It depends on content and source for me. Fair enough. But, if you don't know the person, then I mean, I think a lot of us that are left have assumed that the only people that exist are us. I mean, there's thousands of other people out there that might have an interest in buying the chest. It's like when it was found, everyone started talking about about us, people we know in the chase were the finder. I mean, when there's thousands of people out there that it could have been. We have such narrow thinking that it's only us here, you know. I remember when it was found, I was saying, "Oh, do you think it was Cynthia? Do you think it was Stephanie? Do you think it was, it was they were naming people that they just happen to know here on YouTube or on the forums when there's thousands and thousands of people it could have been. The chances that it was one of those people that we knew was so slim. And yes, Jack had a channel on YouTube, but he had one video. I mean, he wasn't a well-known person. Hurry up and finish this thing. Lucky looks up tons working on it. Good. Idaho, Buffalo, you Packer, Jack. Right, that's what I was saying, Slednick. I think some people would believe the well-known people, and some people would believe a stranger. I wasn't sure, But I think my sentiment is accurate. I think it's just going to be full of people not believing it if they don't want to accept what's being read. It's just, and that's what we've had up until this point. I mean, people don't even believe, and I think you might be one of them, Slednick. I think you're a Montana person. People still don't believe it was in Wyoming. I mean, so if we can't get people to believe that, how are they ever going to believe what someone reads that to say it was from the olive jar? I mean, it's impossible. It's impossible. I mean, I'm willing to bet, like, and I'm not even, I think I'm just seeing this as a fact. I'm not even dogging people for thinking it was in Wyoming, but I'm just saying anyone who doesn't think in Wyoming will not believe what's read from the olive jar. I'm convinced of that. I'm convinced of that. It's almost a guarantee that if there's a person that thinks it was outside Wyoming, that they're going to have issue with what's read from the olive jar. I did search Packer Jack channel. The video's credits that are so funny. Jack Stoof is the production designer. Rudy Green is the costume designer. I didn't see it. I mean, I'll check it. I just didn't see it, man. Packer Jack channel on YouTube search is the first thing that comes up. All right, I'm doing Packer Jack channel. Okay. Tales, all I have is Tales from the Copper Factory. Is that what you're talking about? Idaho, is that what you were talking about? Tales from the Copper Factory? Okay, I'll take a look at it when we're done here. But Galaxy, okay, I don't know what answers we'll get. Okay, I can maybe agree with you on that. But my point is that you, Sled, other people are so cynical about this for whatever reason. Again, I'm not, even though I disagree, I'm not even dogging. I'm just trying to make a point. You're not going to believe what's told to you that is from the olive jar. You're just not. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. Because if you don't believe what any part of what you've been told is true, you're certainly not going to believe what some rando that's reached from the olive jar is telling you. I mean, this is just, again, it's unfortunate, but that's what's going to happen. And I think you probably, I mean, if you're objective, I think you probably agree that that would happen. And as I've said many times, even if Forrest himself was here and said that there'd be people that not agreeing, that saying he's lying. That's a fact. That would happen. So it's, not getting answers it's really subjective. I mean, that's going to be up to the individual. I mean, you don't get answers. People don't get answers because they don't believe what they've been told. If you believe it, then you've gotten some answers, right? I mean, I tend to believe 9 Mile Hole because I believe the evidence. But others don't. No, I'm not going to die on the hill for that one. I'm not going to say it's not possible. I'm wrong. I might be wrong. But right now, that's what I believe. If I get other information that tells me, okay, well, maybe that's wrong and it's somewhere else, then I would look into it. But as of right now, to me, it all fits. 9 Mile Hole fits. I love you. You love me. The solver. Oh my God, everyone. We have someone in the room that solved the poem. So rare in the chase. Oh. Why do I think K Pro is peace out? Look, I'll say it again. I'm not on the K Pro fan bandwagon. I'm not pro K Pro. I'm not anti K Pro. But as I see it, she does. See, here's the thing. A lot of people, I'm not going to name any names because I'm not necessarily know who, but people don't like the fact that they're not the ones in the know. That's kind of a general sentiment among humans. You want to know stuff. We all want to know stuff. And people get jealous of people who do know stuff. The bottom line is K Pro does know stuff. You don't have to like her. You can think she's a piece of crap. I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying there are people out there, but she knows stuff. Why let your thought, this is, people can't separate, right? People can't be objective. People let their dislike for K Pro bleed into believing that she can't know anything because they dislike her. It's just ridiculous. You can dislike her, but you need to, accept that she knows things you don't. And she has shown that. And Cynthia is close to the family. She's taking pictures with Shiloh. She knows shit we don't too. They told us about the auction. The auction happened. Everyone wanted to poo-poo it, say it's full of shit. There's no provenance, blah, blah, blah. It was true, and it's happening. A year ago, they brought up 9 Mile Hole, whether you believe it or not. There were emails from Jack that's the spot he was at, to Forrest, and those were entered into court. So that was true also. I mean, look, Idaho, she said something nice about my video, and I appreciate it. But just because you say something nice about my video, I'm not going to kiss your ass and say I agree with you if I don't, right? I mean, I'm going to tell you what I think. And I'm telling you what I think. That's what I think. I think people can't separate their dislike for someone from the fact that they know things. K Pro knows shit, and that's the bottom line. She knows stuff none of us know. Period. And so does Cynthia. But would I like to know stuff? Yeah. I'm just like everyone else. I'd like to know stuff I don't know. But we're not in the loop, and it sucks. And they are. Now, the original question, why did she want to leave now? Look, I don't know. Maybe someone screwed her over. Maybe she was supposed to be part of the LLC and didn't get in. I mean, I don't know why that's her deal. Again, I'm not in the know, so I couldn't tell you why she wanted to end now. But it does seem like an appropriate time to end to me. The stuff's being sold. It's not Jack's anymore. We're not going to hear a peep from Jack again. He's gone forever. The LLC, well, maybe we'll hear from them, maybe we won't. The only thing left is what's in the olive jar. That's the only thing left in this chase. My perspective has changed ever since June 6, 2020. K Pro, right, Lucky Digger, they did. Now look, I used to hate that, and I still hate that. But I'm going to be honest. If let's say Carl comes to me and says, "Hey, Stuck, if you promise to keep quiet, I will give you information." I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to turn that shit down, right? I mean, it's going to be pretty hard. I like to think I'd stand up in the community and say, no, if you tell me, I want to tell the whole community. Well, then he's just not going to tell me. So is it better for me to know or for no one to know? Well, it's better for me to know. So, when you look at it like that, it's hard to blame her for having that information. Now, there's a lot of shit that came from other people in the chase that she knew that she could have told. And yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, make me that offer. I might take it. You know what I'm saying? I might take it, right? Whoever buys the olive jar may never tell. Right, Lucky Digger, of course. I mean, it could be someone, a representative for the family that buys it, and maybe they don't want stuff out that's in there, or they want to censor it, right? They want to see what's in there first, and then decide if we get to see it. But Lucky Digger, if you were if you could be in the know like that, wouldn't you keep stuff to yourself? But I will say this about Capro. The problem is, don't say you know shit if you're not going to tell us. That's the issue I have, really. Don't say I know this, this, and this, and not tell us. And she did do that a lot. She did do that a lot. Right? But I don't think she ever made something up when she told us. I think the information she had that she shared with us is what she had. Not all of it, but I don't think she ever was lying to us about the stuff she told us. I think she really believed that DeLacy Creek was the right spot, right? The GPS saw. I think she really believed that, but she was wrong, and she admitted she was wrong and moved on. So that's my thoughts on Capro. I don't know, there's a number of reasons she could have stopped, but she has been talking about it for months about shutting down Thor and all that too. So who knows? You heard that Greg was the high bid on the jar? Greg, Brutal Truth, Greg, or Dark? The jar is a famous fake until it's open, then it's just a jar. Okay. She also said confirm. Yeah, she did. She said confirm, but that was just whatever, man. It doesn't make her a horrible human just because they said that on their channel, Jack. It's clickbait. I mean, you know. She was fooled, right, Lucky Digger. She was fooled by Scott, right? Turd source. Thanks, Idaho Buffalo. I appreciate that. And I did thank her for mentioning me. But I'm not in that. I'm here just speaking my mind, right? I don't have any friends. I don't know any of you guys. I'll tell you how I see it. Turd didn't like them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that dude's problem was, but it's messed up. I mean, there's a lot of backstabbing going on in the chase, believe me. I mean, just when you think you can trust people, there is no loyalty at all in the chase. None. None. You know who I think is loyal? I bet Bill Gorman. Again, I Bill, because he might be nuts, but if that motherfucker, if he says I'll do this, he'll do it. I bet you he'll do it. In that sense, I trust the guy. Let me see. What turd was who? Some Scott, Slednick Scott. I don't know what his last name was. I can't remember. With a K. She slipped up on video that Forrest Frenzy had the Forrest Fenn real treasure chest on camera. Scott something, Sled. I don't remember the last name. I want to say KL Klein. No, I don't know. It escapes me. Well, it was a while ago when we were talking about that. So I've forgotten since. And there are people, I'm almost certain there are people around us that know who this LLC is. I'm sure of it because no one can keep a damn secret in the chase, right? So, I think certainly Kpro knows, right? Because she's in with Cynthia, and some other people know. I mean, I imagine Kpro told people because let's face it, she tells her group of people that she has. And now, I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it's not true, but it's interesting if it is true. Indy's Candy was saying in David's channel on his show tonight that she's been messaging Shiloh, and Shiloh said something about there's something coming. So I don't know. I don't, I was on Discord very early on, like the first few days, and then I quit going because I was handling some other stuff on Discord, personal stuff, and I didn't want to. Anyways, so I left. So I don't know what the post. She said she posted the emails. I think she said on Discord. So I'd be really interested to know more about that because I don't find. I mean, I don't agree with what Candy says a lot of times, but I don't think she's going to straight out lie saying she's communicating with Shiloh. I don't think she's a liar like that. I mean, I guess it's possible she thinks it's Shiloh and it's not. But I mean, she's sure she has his email. Wasn't he the guy that had the website way back? There's a few websites, Lucky. I can't remember which one. The Wolf on Chase Chat. Real dick. I couldn't stand the guy. I always got into it with him. He ended up buying the Where Warm Waters halt, or it was the Dash halt. I can't remember which one it was. He bought that one, ended up trying to sell his books on there and stuff. Yeah, I know his name's John Buffalo. I didn't know he's Forrest Frenzy and Vertigo. I mean, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but was it Scott Klein? Okay. I mean, I said earlier, you may not have been here, but I theorized Packer Jack might be one of the members of the LLC. Him, Rudy Green, Justin Posey, Amy Seeks. Yeah. He always got into it with them. Kpro has to be getting some sort of financial gains from promoting the auction. Why Galaxy? Why can't she just be promoting it as part of Fenn, a Fenn thing? Why does she have to be getting financial gain from it? I mean, we're the ones who are going to buy, so it makes sense that the LLC would have Kpro tell us about it. Why does she need to be receiving financial gains? Heritage Auction has never had a pop-up auction. They're part of the FF Make Money Adventure now. Oh boy, Idaho. I've been with you, man, all this time. You just walked in on the conspiracy bridge. You've crossed the river, the conspiracy river, to the other side. I was with you for a while, but that's okay. We must part. We must part. Cynthia got a coin. All right. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, yeah, and people hate that Cynthia was friendly with Forrest. People hate that. I mean, what are you gonna do? She was, and she's friendly with the family. Idaho Buffalo. I don't have a list of pop-up auctions in my brain. I don't care. They did have one. They might not normally, but they did this time. So what? Doesn't matter. The stuff's there to auction, to purchase. Purchase it or don't purchase it. Doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know what Cynthia got or didn't get. I'm not really concerned with what she got. There was never another one, first one. Well, I mean, maybe so. Maybe it was the first one. I don't know that for a fact. Yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah, lucky. I mean, they obviously were asked to do it that way, right? What's funny is, I guess this one's doing different. Doesn't look like they're going to have a live auction, but when I had said earlier, I bought a guitar this weekend on Heritage. And I didn't realize exactly how it works. So I made a bid and I was the high bid. And then when it closed, they went to a damn live auction. I'm like, shit. So I had to wait like another couple of hours for my piece to come up. And then someone actually bid on it. And then my automatic bid took one increment over them and I won it. They didn't bid again, thank goodness, because that was my last bet. My last bid. If they would have bid one more time, I would have lost it. Idaho, hey, take it up with them, my friend. I don't know what to tell you. That's something I don't have the answer to. But the fact is, they did. I said the rest of people calling it crazy when it came out. Okay, it was one ref, Galaxy. It was one ref. Don't make it sound like it was the entire NBA. They have 30-day auction all the time, but never started an auction without advertising it. First ever. I don't think you could prove that, Idaho. I think you're probably right that that's the norm. I don't know. You can't prove it's the first ever they've ever done it. Maybe you can. Maybe you can get a statement from the auction house. I don't know. It wasn't just one ref. All right. Was it two? But Galaxy, you think everybody's fixed, every sport. I'm sure you think football's fixed. I'm sure you think the Super Bowl's fixed. I'm sure you think the World Series is fixed. Because you're a distrusting person. And that's what conspiracy theorists generally are. They're distrusting people. They don't, they just distrust first. Well, guys, you got want to chat some more? I'm willing to stay on if you guys are chatting, but it looks like it's slowing down a little bit. And we got some people and watching. I don't believe everything I hear. You do. No, you didn't answer. I asked you how many refs it was. Then I said, I bet you don't believe. I bet you believe the other sports are fixed too. 11, 11, 22. Cindy goes to Heritage, and guess who's all in there? Yeah, no one cares about it outside the Fenn community because no one knows who Forrest was. Not in the way we do. Cynthia, who was all there? I'm not sure what you're getting at, Buffalo. Okay, right. Idaho. She knows who the members are. What is that? What's the big deal? What point are you trying to get across? She obviously knows the members because she's been giving us the information. Jack, that's very interesting you say that. I'm not political and I don't talk politics on this channel. But I would be willing to make a bet. I would be willing to make a bet. Jack Stoof was there as well. Well, that's a guess on your part. You don't know that. I will keep giving away my chest in exchange for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yeah, Barney. Sacred treasures. Tesoro Sagrado. The owners were there. Jack Stoof. It was a case in point conspiracies. No, I know what you're saying. I have something to say, but I'm just not going to say it about that. I understand what you're saying. Why was Jack Stoof there, Idaho? Hey, did anyone notice the date of Jack's affidavit? Of course, the moon landing was real. Galaxy, do you believe in the moon landing? Yeah, Jack, I agree. Many people don't believe it was. The tinfoil hat people. Yeah, Justin Posey. Oh, you think Jack Stoof is part of the LC? I mean, you don't know that. No, you're a conspiracy person in the chase, Jack. I'm not saying it in real life. I'm just saying here you are. Can anyone answer my question? The date that Jack Stoof signed that affidavit? Did anyone get a good look? Oh boy, Lucky Digger's a fake moon landing person. What a shame. Jack, the deal about conspiracies, for some reason, okay, I don't really know why, but a treasure hunt like this brings out those people, conspiracy type people. Don't know why. I have my beliefs, but I'm not gonna get into that. I'm at 305 believer for DB Cooper info. 305 is a South Florida area code. Lucky Digger, that's completely not true. That's completely false. Oh boy. See what I'm dealing with, people? As soon as I was had Lucky Digger in my camp about the chase, Lucky Digger's gonna come out some crazy non-moon landing conspiracy now. It's like it doesn't end, man. I can't. Oh man. It's fucking insane, this chase, man. We're nuts. Everyone's freaking crazy. I mean, I'm crazy too. What the hell am I doing here? Although I'm not nearly here like I used to be. Right, they never get past the radiation belts. I got you. I got you. We got Carl Sagan in the room here. Neil deGrasse Tyson. I didn't know he was a searcher. See, I knew I was right about you, Galaxy. I knew you. I was right. You just didn't want. You didn't want to admit I was right. I knew I was right. Okay. Willie Sutton. and states on camera no robbed the bank because Willie Sutton was released from prison just before the skyjacking. Who are you? Jack found grave markers. Grave meaning serious and sad. That's cool. I kind of like that. I mean, because obviously a real grave marker is serious and sad, though, on its own. You don't need, I mean, that's what probably where the damn word came from, though, right? Is Willie because it's Bill Gorman. That's why the poodle's name is Willie. Well, Galaxy, do you or don't you? Do you believe it or not? Just say it. Do you or not? I mean, don't tell me I didn't say I didn't believe in going moon. Do you or not? Willie Sutton wife's name is T with Olga. Huh? Willie Sutton wife's name is T with Olga? Is Olga? I don't understand what you're saying, Buffalo. Willie won't go home? Okay, well then I apologize. I was wrong. Galaxy, that's the Galaxy. I have my apologies. NASA claims to have lost all data on how they got to. Oh no. Oh God. This is quickly devolved. Wow. Okay, let's narrow it down a little more. Let me hear from you, flat earthers. Hold your hands up. Ho! We're the flat earthers here. Let's see how far this rabbit hole goes. Let's see it, guys. Flat earthers, let me hear. Let me hear you. Get loud. Got flat earthers, alien abduction. Come on, guys. Mystery was saved for the finder. Forrest and a guess in the olive jar is that Willie Sutton will be out. Oh, lucky digger, you're wacko. You believe in a flat earth? Oh no. This is horrible. Anyone who believes in flat earth is certifiable. I don't care what you say. Sorry. Flat earth is pure cuckoo land. And I know there's a bunch of them around here in the chase. Because again, it goes back to my earlier premise that there are a lot of conspiracy theorists in the chase. All right. You do that, Lucky. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to get in a Bible discussion, but, of course it's a joke. Flat earth. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, so it is in Florida, Tempest. It's flat here too. So, I mean, I'd love to hear the answer to this. If the sun is crossing the equator on December 22nd, why is it so much colder at the end of January? What kind of question is that? I can't even answer that. I don't know. Wow. So where's the sun, Lucky? Where's the sun come from? And the moon? Oh boy, this is getting good. Yeah, MS. There you go. That's right. The flat Earth map we have like in high school, right? In the history class, or whatever, geography class. Well, Lucky, I will give you this. You have props for espousing such a nut view and not worrying what people think. So you get respect for that. Pilots do not have to keep pulling the nose of their jets when they fly across the planet. Whew. Yeah, Galaxy. Now, Galaxy, you got a point there, dude. You got a point there. I mean, seriously. I mean, the flat Earth thought makes Galaxy's conspiracy look almost, 100% for sure. Idaho Buffalo, what I think is in the olive jar, my guess is a big letdown. At best, I think it's the solution. At worst, it's the freaking just a biography, boring shit of his life that no one really cares about. That's what I think. I'm not saying there couldn't be something cool in there. I mean, there could be, but that's what I think. I think it's nothing huge. In the Bible, it tells you that the sun makes a tent. I don't even know what that means. Sorry. That's funny. I like that one. Gravity is a thing. Yes, indeed it is. Lucky Digger, what about the moon? Why does it get dark? If the sun is flat, why does it get dark? I mean, sorry, if the earth is flat, why does it get dark? And why do seasons change if the earth is flat? I don't need to watch anybody. I've seen the flat earth theories. It's like a disc, right? So I guess you could fall off the end of the earth, huh? Man, I thought we got done with that back in Columbus time. Careful, guys, don't travel too far. Thank God there's some at least some sense in this chat room. We live in the Truman Show. Yeah, yeah. Lucky Digger, are you friends with Kyrie Irving? You're friends with a mouse? Gotcha. Is it a full moon tonight? The sun changes direction. I know, but where it's just hanging up in the air. So the earth doesn't move, is what you're saying. It's just let the sun is the one that moves around the earth. No, she's a lucky digger. I'm guessing is a woman. I don't even know, but it's a fundamentalist, word for word from the Bible. Even though the Bible has contradictions, but whatever, we won't get into that. If Chase 2.0 is a new poem with 2003 for the 2003. Oh Jesus. Oh, Neo's another one. Oh boy. Foil hats. Check. Solver, what's the mouse's name? Their name is Mouse. Good one. See, I mean, this is the problem, that you have people out there that believe this stuff. No, Jack. Lucky Digger believes. Trust me. That's she's talking like someone who believes. Idaho. Later, Forrest said, "Yeah, I know. I said 15 years," and he walked that back. He just said that. It wasn't literal. He even said that. Oh man, how do we get these people? How do these people get on here? Hide user from this channel. Dope. Report. Promote pornography or sexually explicit material. Report. Look, Neo, look, there are no photos of the entire Earth from space. It's Photoshop. Oh my God. Obviously, you can't have a photo of the entire Earth because your photo is only from one angle. He did, Idaho. I'm not wrong. I'm never wrong about this stuff. I don't know where it is. He goes, yeah, I'm sure I did say that, but and he kind of poo-pooed it. Galaxy, that's the only one that I have questions about, but I don't know. I said earlier I saw a fantastic documentary. It's the most recent one that came out. Well, there may be another one by now, but it was about a year ago, maybe. It was awesome. Gotta watch it. Really good. I don't know the name of it, but it was really good. A lot of good evidence and support for their theory. Lucky Digger, that's hogwash. It's not true. It's just not true. That's why snipers have to shoot off to the left when they're shooting 3 miles away, because the bullet moves because of the rotation of the Earth. Neo, you're a dope, buddy. What's the other conspiracy? Okay, alien abductions. Let's move on to that. Anyone believe in alien abductions? Anyone? Anyone? Alien abductions. No alien abductions? See you, Neo. Don't fall off the edge of the Earth. Yeah, well, MSC, that's another. Jack's trolling. That is trolling. And MS, I got no problem with people that believe aliens are real. That's funny. I know you think there's going to be another chest found out in the woods somewhere. It's full of gold. Well, no, then maybe it was the moon landing. You're talking about you can't photograph an entire basketball either at one time. You only can shoot from one side of the sphere. So what's your point? I never seen. Oh, Bigfoot, MS. Thank you. I know, I know. Please don't let me down, guys. There's got to be Bigfoot believers in here. Lucky Digger, Cal Lazar's, right? So that's from Bob Lazar, who worked out in Area 51. Interesting story about him. I don't know what to make of it, but I think it's possible. Okay, Bigfoot, guys. Bigfoot. Any Bigfoot people? We must have one. I know we do. Got to be strong to stand up as a Bigfoot believer, though. You got to really have some confidence, man. No one, no one standing up on Bigfoot. What rental property, Idaho? Right now, Forrest Fenn doesn't own any property. He's deceased. So first of all, no, you can't, Idaho. That's just a flat out wrong statement. Sorry. What was the other one? INFJ 305. You believe Forrest was DB Cooper? No, I didn't crack the poem. I would have. I'd have the chest if I did, just like you didn't, because you don't have the chest. What's your point? No one in this room solved the poem. I don't. I don't care. Yeah, lucky. There are people all over the world. People all over the world that think the Earth is flat too. Doesn't mean they're right. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing how every picture or video is always grainy. They can. There's never a clear picture of Bigfoot. It's just amazing how that happens. Or the Loch Ness monster. Oh man. See, people just want to believe stuff because it's cool. No, I wouldn't. It depends on how the story was presented, what kind of documentation they had. I wouldn't automatically believe it. Yeah, lucky because people didn't know better. Yeah, of course, MS. You can't do. Yeah, let's burn it down. Let's burn the house down. We rented it. We can do whatever we want. Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster. All right, how about ghosts? You people believe it? That's definitely more likely to get some action as ghosts. I would tell. Can't you use the land you rented for a specific period as contracted? Of course, you can use the. I mean, using land that you rented is a far cry from doing whatever you want on the land. Idaho. That's what you said. Dinosaurs are real. Solver. Yes. Thank you. I agree. Or were real. Yeah. Oh, crop circles. There's another one. We got crop circles, ghosts. There's got to be crop circle people here for sure. Certainly ghosts. Ghosts. There's a lot of ghost people. That's not just conspiracy theory. So that's all right. Whatever. Fox did that. Turned out a couple of Georgia boys were playing a trick. What if you found a chest of gold on a property under a grill when you were cooking a hot dog? It belongs to the owner of the property. It's a very simple answer. Yes, MS, agreed. I agree with you. Me and MS are on the same track here, seems like. If you find something on private property, it's the owner of the property, period. Maybe keep it, don't say anything, then, well, that's on you. But yeah, I've seen the videos. I think one of those shows had like a father and his son or something, and they had like a long plank with rope on each end, and they would hold the rope up and step on the plank and guide it through the field or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly. That Lee Harvey Oswald was DB Cooper. Okay, there you go. I mean, that's more believable, even though I think he died by the time the heist happened. If I'm not wrong. That's funny. I'm just boring, guys. I think it pretty much. There's a few things, but pretty much happened the way we were told. I don't think there's anything fantastic in the olive jar. And I think this is just going to fade away. People slowly will leave. Now, again, I return to what Candy said about Shiloh. It's interesting if that's correct. He said he's going to do something. And if you remember, he's told K-Pro said that Shiloh told her that the family was going to do something or make it right, I think were the words. And now Kayla's, K-Pro's out of the chase. Maybe the family and her had a bad outing or something, because at the end, I think her video says something. She got upset at the family and some other people. I don't know. But maybe that's why he's communicating with Candy. Idaho Buffalo, would your body last more than 9 hours? First of all, maybe. Second of all, what is that? I'm not sure what that matters. What is the time his body would be there matter? Oh man. What if what was still alive, Dillard? Yeah, Lucky, you can use the property. Doesn't mean you get whatever's on the property is yours. First of all, Idaho, you don't know that. They might have just eaten the body right there. But if not, it's just an image he was portraying, because that's where he's dying. He wasn't thinking about animals taking his bones. And you're talking about a line that ended up not even being in the poem. What if I pumped your mom into my car? What? If Fenn stated you can have it and leave. That's why it wasn't on private property, Buffalo. So you know it's not on private property because there'd be no need to pay lawyers to search what type of land and what happens. Because we all know if it was on private property, it belongs to the property owner. You don't need a lawyer to tell you that. You don't need to spend $7,000 or whatever it was he spent on lawyers if that was the case. So that alone rules out private property. And we now we have the affidavit of Sarah Davis, who said it was on property managed by the Department of Interior. So even if it's not Yellowstone, which it was, even if you think it's not, it still can't be on private property. Thanks for coming, INFJ. Oh man. The printed document that's in the jar should be compared to a now obsolete printer from Kinko's. Why? What do you mean to verify it's the true autobiography? It's not on rental property, Idaho. Sorry, man. I mean, whatever. I'm not me telling you that's not going to change your mind. I understand. I don't think there's private properties in Yellowstone. There are some. I know there's some private properties on the National Forest, like in the Shoshone, that I came across while I was searching. I don't think in Yellowstone. See you, Solver. Is Solver leaving? I understand Buffalo. I remember the quotes. All he's saying is he's just posed a question for people to think about. Doesn't mean he hit it on. See, it's just you can't. Uh, doesn't mean that's where he hit it. His family rented out non-running water cabins. All right, man. I don't know what to tell you. Go dig up a cabin in Yellowstone. I mean, or wherever on some property in Montana. Boycott fossil fuels. All right. No politics, Solver. I don't have many rules in here. So please. You're not a treasure hunter, stuff? Oh, that'll explain a few things. I'm just kidding. Then what are you doing, Idaho? If you're not a hunter, what are you doing? All right, Ian. Thanks for coming by. Glad you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good talk with INFJ. Sounds like you guys found something in common to chat about. Yellowstone was founded before any homestead. Yeah, there is private property in Glacier Park. Oh, okay. Dillard, I don't know. I mean, what? That's a question. Is like, how do you answer that? Because that's what they wanted to use 10 years before, 4 years before the chest was hidden. Oh, MS. Yes. Okay. Thanks. I wasn't thinking in the joke in the joke context. I mean, Dillard, I don't know, man. I don't know why they use that name. Why? What's wrong with the Fenn family using that name to buy stuff? If more than one of them use the account, I don't understand why that matters. A wood. Oh wait. I once found a spot covered by wood carvings and shavings. I dug and found a woodworm. Idaho. I didn't. I thought you weren't a treasure. You weren't a searcher. So what's your interest? You didn't get into the Forrest Fenn, into the chase before it was found. You didn't go searching. Anyone else? Kind of running out of stuff. Ranted and raved. Ranted and raved it long enough. OSU, Ohio State University, Oklahoma State University. I don't know what moisturize. What you're saying? Anybody else have anything else they wanted to chat about or say? Borders are everywhere, such as good neighbors, give or take each side of the line. Dillard, man, you're talking like in this, cryptic code. I mean, either give a straight answer or whatever. I can't respond to you. I don't know what you're saying. That's another thing I gotta say. That's another thing that drives me crazy when people talking. They answer questions with Fenn speak, or they don't. They're cryptic with what they're saying. Or, oh man, it drives me insane. Drives me insane. He was very clear he lied. I mean, MS, yeah, I hate it. It was hard to believe that, but the bottom line is he had communicated with Jack in 2019. I mean, that's just unmistakable. You can't get around that. I don't know why he would say that. I mean, he either lied intentionally, maybe it was to protect Jack, or he just forgot. I mean, find it hard that he forget, but he was old. I mean, when he said that, he died, whatever, 2 months later. So maybe he did forget. I don't know. I mean, but he was wrong about that. That's true. The Galaxy, they do know he's dead. Okay, time for you to get some info. Oh, Idaho, you're gonna rain your knowledge upon us. Please do so. Forrest Fenn stated he would go to desert and fling or throw his body in chest. Is that a lie? He didn't say he'd go to the desert and fling and throw his body on the chest. That's wrong. That's just not true. Not true. He's just said he would fling or throw his body on the chest. He never said he'd go to the desert and do it. But even forgetting that, what do you mean? Is that a lie? No, it's not Forrest Fenn's words, Idaho. You will not find that he said he would go to the desert and fling his body on the chest. You won't find that. I guarantee it. It's not what he said. All he said was fling or throw his body. He never said desert and fling and throw his body. Right, of course he didn't do it. I mean, is that what you're talking about? Idaho, he did not say it. I'll bet you $1,000 that he did not. You cannot find that him saying that. No, wrong. Wrong. Said he would walk into the forest a few times. Right, with his last gasping breath, he would fling himself on that chest. He never said he would go out to the desert and in that context, as far as flinging himself on the chest, he said desert. Never. Never. You will never find it because he didn't say that. Forrest Fenn is right now. He's in an urn. It's spread over in Yellowstone, according to what they said on either Cynthia said it or Capra, and I believe that. I mean, he's dead. I don't think he's alive. If that's what you're getting at. You're wrong, Neo. Thank you, MS. Neo's wrong. Yeah, Neo doesn't know. He's just trolling because he's mad about the flat Earth thing. He has no clue whether Forrest said desert or not. Besides, Neo's new, so you're either a fake account that was someone else, or you're just trolling because new people don't show up. So MS, I'm assuming who I haven't seen may have a different name also. Thank you, Sledneck. I mean, I'll bet anything. I'm not wrong about this for sure. If anything, oh wait, even our friend Troy Barlow will confirm this. Forrest said, if your solve is in the desert, get a new solve. So there, take that. Be quiet, please. Don't argue with me. I know what I'm talking about. Damn it. I hate having to be correct. I'm sure you remember that, right, Sled? You remember what I just said? I bet you do. Right. There you go. So forget the desert thing. Neo's not new. He's been around for years. Well, I've never seen it. Never seen Neo. And I've been around years too. And Idaho Buffalo is fairly new. Dillard I've seen. Sledneck I've definitely seen. Troy's wrong too. Well, he's wrong about it being at the wheel, of course. I mean, Troy's another one who thinks the solve's right. I mean, and when confronted with the evidence about the park resources, he has no answer. I don't know what to tell you. That's because I rarely comment. Okay, well, there you go. So I'd have no reason to have seen you. Mile markers were Lincoln pennies at large. Neo, we just showed you. They said if your solve is in the desert, get a new solve. I never said I was important to the chase, Idaho. I'm not saying I am. I'm nobody just like you are. Nobody. You understand? Nobody's important to this chase. That's the problem. A lot of people want to think they are, and they're not. So. All right, Neil, I'm not going to argue with anymore. I mean, you'd be wrong, buddy. That's fine. Fenn, quote. So, Neo, if you want to argue with that, go ahead, but that's right off Mysterious Writings. Okay, so it's not in the desert. Yes, the bells and jars he buried in the desert. He said that. Forrest said, I'm going to go somewhere in the desert and not tell anyone and bury the jars. Correct, Lucky. Okay, Idaho, go look it up, please. I'm waiting. I showed you my proof. Now I'm waiting for yours. Okay, Neo, same thing. I showed you my proof. I actually have a quote. I'm waiting to see your quote. Oh, Forrest Fenn's mouth. Well, I'm waiting to see the video. Link me to the video. Never said that. Show it to me. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to argue anymore. If Jack's video in Jack's video, FF, I need a vehicle to let everyone know they're in the right location. Where is Jack's vehicle? I need some more punctuation in there, Dylan. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Jack's video, FF's what he said. I need a vehicle to let. No, where is Jack's vehicle? I don't. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. The old AGK videos, yeah. I haven't watched one in a while, just because I don't like Toby. But yeah, I mean, they put out some good stuff. I'm not going to deny it. Arizona's a solved state. Yeah, right. Yes, Lucky Digger. Arizona is not part of the chase. All right, I agree. I think Buffalo's trolling now. Buffalo's trolling also. That's okay. We're having fun on this Monday evening. Yes, Arizona's clearly, yeah. There's only 4 states involved. As many conspiracy type people we have in here, I gotta say, I'm pretty shocked someone doesn't have a solve outside of the 4 states. I mean, you would think there'd be somebody, I mean, at least one person that had a solve that that would be on YouTube screaming, it's in Nevada, it's in Nevada. But we don't have. So the insanity stops at the 4 states. The insanity stops with Montana, Colorado, and New Mexico. At least we don't have states outside the Rocky Mountains. Then I'd really go nuts. Calazar's November 4th. Okay, find me the video, tell me the timestamp, and I'll go look at it. I'll be happy to take a look. It was better before he bought the new house and started AGK with Shelly. When he lived in his apartment, they were doing panel shows. Yeah, Lucky. Those were the panel shows were cool. I like those. They had Sean Dotson on a couple. Troy even did one, I remember. FF is deceased, Idaho. Lucky Digger, really? There's a guy under the solve in Texas. Oh God, help that guy. Idaho, you think Forrest is alive in Arizona right now? Is that what you're saying? Oh, please, God, don't tell me this. Idaho, listen to me, please. Give me the exact title to the video and the timestamp where you want me to look. I'm not going to go look at these 3-hour long videos. And if you give me that information, I will do the courtesy of going to look, even though I know it doesn't say what you're saying it says. But I will still look, even though I know that. At well is in a medical coma alive. Wait a second. Okay, okay. This is like Bigfoot. Maybe we should add this. You think Forrest Fenn is still alive? I don't know what you mean at well. So you're in Shy Guy. Shy Guy believes Forrest is alive. Or he did. I don't know if he still does, but you can't argue, Lucky. You can't. We know it's not in Arizona. He's not listening that he didn't say he was going to go to the desert and fling himself on the chest. Again, he's talked about going to the desert, but not in the same context of dying. No one's going to keep a 90-year-old man in a medical coma for 2 years. A coma drive? Oh, good Lord. I, obviously I'm not laughing at Force passing. I'm just yeah. The point MS you're making is funny, right? Jack's back with more conspiracy. We know he's trolling. I mean, can't no one can really believe that. Does anybody know Idaho Buffalo from before today? Suspicious. I had my suspicions. Oh, Jack, you don't believe he's alive, do you? Come on, man. I mean, that's the ultimate whack job. I have to say. Sorry. Have you been on my channel before, Buffalo? With Elvis and Tupac. Tupac was there. Tupac, Jim Morrison. They were all having a party. They were looking for Bigfoot. Yes, Idaho Buffalo. They know you, but is this the first time you've used the username Idaho Buffalo to come in this chat? Larry King. I don't care about Larry King's wishes for his death. What are you talking about, man? I mean, I have like 7 or 8. Yeah. You never commented either, and I got plenty of videos, like 50, I think, or 40. I don't know how many. Somewhere in there. Idaho, oh, all right, Ducky, thanks. See, that tells you how much I've been out. I mean, really, I generally watch only K Pro stuff, and she hadn't been putting out much because I'd wean myself off. Because let's face it, K Pro's the only one that's going to give us any information. I mean, again, it goes back to the conversation we were having earlier. No one else is going to tell me anything I want to know. The only person I'm going to get information that I want to know about is from K Pro or Cynthia. So I hadn't been watching. If Ben has something, I'll watch for a couple minutes, but it's not. I stop watching. I watch a little bit of Greg just to watch some fun stuff. I think I have fun watching Greg's channel, and I'll watch Bill. Well, I don't know. Watch him rant sometimes. Is Larry King passed, Lucky Digger? He passed like a long time ago. I think at least 5 years ago. Am I wrong? Let's see. I'd say closer to 10 years. No, maybe not 10 years, but oh, it was just last year. I'm way off. It seems like to me it passed a long time ago, but apparently January 21. So my bad. MS, that's the big ending. Forrest is cryogenically frozen, and they're gonna thaw him out like Austin Powers, and he's gonna be in the future. Yeah, baby. Jack posted a video without interviewing on YouTube, and FF said, I need to get a vehicle to let everyone know that they are in the right location. Where is the vehicle that Jack supposedly used? I don't know if he said that, Dillard. Stuck. Huh? She's the one person you contacted behind the scenes. Who? I'm lost. I was talking about Forrest Fenn being cryogenically frozen. What do you mean moisturized? I'm sorry. Ted Williams is at Alcor, and so is his son. Also, Seth MacFarlane. All right, Buffalo. It's pretty out there, but you know. According to Cynthia, his ashes were spread, or according to K-Pro, I think, at 9 Mile Hole. I guess you could FOIA that information. As for anybody that's requested a permit to dump ashes. K-Pro's the one no, she's not moisturized. She isn't the person I've contacted behind the scenes. I only have one person, like I said, like you just said, it wasn't K-Pro. I've emailed a few people. I never said contact. I said spoken with. I've had a couple emails with K-Pro. I've had a couple emails with a couple of other searchers, maybe 5 or 6 total. But voice, one person. I've never spoken to K-Pro, like on the phone or in person. I've only spoken to one person on the phone. And I don't speak to them anymore. So I'm down to 0. Okay, Idaho, don't make me argue with you again. K-Pro said it, that that's what she heard. I used to talk to K-Pro a lot before her YouTube started. Keep just almost getting off and then getting into another discussion. I mean, I'll stay again. It just seems like things are slowing down a little bit. I mean, there's still 32 people here. So Noah said Forrest Fenn's ashes are spread. Okay, yes, they did, Idaho. You're wrong. Again, I'm not going to argue with you because I know I'm right. Idaho, have you ever found frozen chicken in your freezer after 2 years? There's no coming. No coming back from that. FF said he could change the future and he was not going to die. Idaho, let's even assume this outrageous theory is true. What does it matter? How does that affect what we're doing here? You're saying he orchestrated all this so when he comes back to life 50 years from now, it's still happening and there's still things going on. Is that what you're getting at? I'm just trying to narrow down what it is you're trying to say with that statement. DNA. Yeah, MS. True that. True that. Two hairs. See, Forrest said it himself. He's a simple guy. The solution was the poem was straightforward, simple. It's not this elaborate thing. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you find where warm water's halt, and then you just go to the next spot, and then you go to the next spot. He said if the clues, there's geographical clues, it'll be a map to the treasure. I mean, it's not all this stuff. I know, but one day maybe they won't let us die. Oh yeah, yeah. DNA is much different than being frozen. You're definitely trolling or way out there. Jack is really Forrest. So Forrest is sipping some pina coladas on a beach in San Juan, Puerto Rico, as a young 35-year-old or whatever. Idaho, you're out there, man. Although the chance of Forrest being in one of those cryogenic freezing facilities is higher than a lot of the other damn theories I hear around here. So I'll give you that. Yeah, you're right, Slednick. He's got it all now. That's why he misspelled his name when he signed Copper Dan's map. Because he misspells things. He wants to see if people notice. Yeah, Indian streets chat. Yeah, I watch, but then it's just it gets off the rails for me. For me, I know a lot of people like that show, but I don't watch it really a lot. They are made of metal. Metal. There you go. So yeah, we're on to him now. Watch out. Jack Stoop looks like Packer Jack for sure. Relative? Idaho. No, man. No. No. You know what? It's funny. The address that K Pro put out for where Jack was living in San Juan, Puerto Rico. My stepdad lives there half the year, like right, literally less than a mile away. Moisturize. You think Jack Stoof and Packer Jack are related? Why do you say that, Lucky? Man, I haven't heard someone use the word weenie in quite a while, I must say. Nice choice. Why don't you like Packer Jack, Lucky? I mean, I got my own thoughts on him, but I got my own thoughts on everybody. All right, guys. Well, man, we still have 34 people. I mean, I'll stay on if you guys are on, but I got, I don't do the free flow speaking. I can't go that long without having topics or interaction. One comment every 2 minutes is not going to work. Packer, the life hacker, like Jack. I know Packer's got some big successful company up there in Wisconsinville, or wherever he's at. Meanwhile, I was in the hospital for 4 days. I come home and freaking AC's broken. Not thrilled. Fucking burning up here. Got the fan on. Living in Florida, no AC even in November. Not pleasant. What's the odds that somebody can retire in 1970 and then their veterans plot is number 70? I mean, it is a coincidence. I have coincidences like that happen all the time. That was the voodoo doll? Yeah, exactly. MS, that is my spot where I was searching in Montana. It's well, actually the picture from Wyoming, the state line is right across that little depression where Soda Butte Creek is. That's right by the northeast entrance. So that's where that shot was taken October of 2019. It's a great little spot. That sucks. Oh, I don't know. You have May War. You have way more to contribute. Weenie, a weak, socially inept, or boringly studious person. I don't know if he's socially inept. Maybe boringly studious. Good fishing up there. Yeah, I didn't really get to do any fishing. I'm not a huge fisherman. I mean, I fished growing up here in Florida, but never done a lot of freshwater fishing. Certainly not a fly fisherman, you know. So that's all very foreign to me. So we didn't do any fishing there, but yeah. Yeah, we had a great time. We stayed a lot of different places over the couple years we were searching, but we stayed in Cook City mostly. Stayed in Bozeman a few times. Stayed at West a few times. So been all through there. And a lot of good memories. In fact, my kid just got a big old tattoo of like a treasure chest with a compass pointing northeast, representing this area. So it was pretty cool. Little homage to me. So that was nice. All the little lakes and the bear tooths. I remember the first time we stayed up here. We stayed at that Motel 8 or Super 8 in Cook City. And the woman was telling us all about how these bears ate some people at the Soda Butte Creek camp like a year or two before or something. My kid and I were shitting bricks. We're like, we're city guys. So we were scared, man. That was funny. Hackerjack joined YouTube on June 5th, 2019. My God, exactly a year before it was found. It must mean something. Wasn't that the same? Wasn't that the same day that the CalPro LLC was opened in Wyoming, June 5th, 2019? I think so. I'm definitely close. It's either June. It was either the day the chest was found or the day it was announced of 19, though. So it's either June 5th or June 6th, 2019. So that is quite a coincidence that it's Packer Jack's first day on YouTube too. No, I believe. I mean, I believe you for that because I don't care that much about it, so I'm not going to argue. Drag from the tents, right? That's exactly what she was telling us, man. So I was not pleased to be walking around there that first time we went out there. I mean, it got easier every time, but those first couple of times, man, any little noise I heard, I was like, it was on a swivel, man. 2020, June 5th, 2020. Oh, that's when he came on YouTube. That's what his channel says. Okay, I mean that's I don't know. I mean that is that is odd that you know, but I don't think it's like people have said it. When we don't have all the answers, we try to fill it ourselves and take take some weird routes of getting to our answer, right? The way we fill the holes in the middle. Yeah, it's quite a coincidence that that's when he joined, but that's when he joined. I don't read much into it. Really don't. Let's see, Packer Giant. Yeah, it is June 5th, 2020. See, I did check. He states he is the director of the chase. Nothing. The credits on the video. Yeah, I'll check. I'll check the video, man. After whenever I get done the stream, I'll check the video. Well, guys, we got here. Filling holes pushes the envelope right or wrong. Yeah. Yes, Lednet. There are a few. And I'm wondering, is there anyone that's new? Like, who's just coming into this? Like, why in the hell would anyone just now be coming into it? Maybe because of the auction? I don't know. Jack has to be involved or related to Matt. There's no way within 2 days all that went down and Matt was at the house and is right. See, everything is like this is the mentality of the deniers is like, oh, there's no way this. Well, yeah, there is a way because it happens. Why can't it just happen? Find it. I don't see that video. What do you want to know? Nothing, Idaho. I'm good. I'm good, man. I appreciate it. Actually, you know what? I will ask you a question. What state do you think the chest was hidden in? That's my question. Good night, MS. Good chatting with you. I'll be shutting down soon. It's getting late. I'm at 1:15 here, although I'm off tomorrow, but nice sled. Nice chat with you, man. Glad you stopped by. All right, Lucky Digger. Good night. Everyone seems to be bailing. Is that my cue? Does anybody else want me to stick around and chat? Huh? All right, guys. Looks like we're gonna wrap up. No one seems to be. No one else wants to jump in and talk. All right, guys. Well, Ashley said 2 outsiders are monitoring the chase. Most are sane people with their names. No, yes. Moisturize. Is it okay? I saw that Ashley was doing some kind of reading. Is that where this comes from, or was she saying it like seriously? Since a lot of you guys are cynics, you probably live by this mantra, but I'm going to tell you, don't trust anybody in this chase. Nobody. I don't care who you think they are. Nobody. No, there is no loyalty. Arizona, Idaho, come on, man. He never said it was in Arizona. He never, ever said it. Ay. Oh, before that. Okay. I mean, I don't know what to think of that moisturize, tell you the truth. I mean, people act like this is some real important thing. This is meaningless in the world. Why would there be these people monitoring the chase? What I mean, it's people. This isn't some movie or some CIA operation. I don't. This is the stuff I don't understand. I mean, the theories out there make it sound like this is like we're building the world's first atom bomb or something. We're involved in something that nobody on Earth cares about. So I don't get this. This is where I get wacko. I get little nuts. That's what makes this fun. Jesus. She said production people. Yeah. I mean, look, she seems like a bright woman. I don't know. I don't know. But again, I stick by what I don't think there's anybody monitoring anything because this is nothing. Idaho, Buffalo. Come on, man. He never said the solve was in Arizona. First of all, it wasn't. Second of all, he would never say the state it was in before the chase ended. I mean, what kind of, you know, uh, yeah, I don't want to argue with this, but it's just, oh man. All right, guys, where are we at here? All right, 3 hours, 5 minutes. That's probably good. All right, last chance. Anyone wants to say I'm gonna run? It's about 1:20 here. I gotta go to bed. I'm tired. Didn't get any sleep the last 4 nights in the hospital, so I'm going down. All right, guys. Thanks everyone for coming out. And I don't know, like I said, this was just kind of a special night because of the auction and stuff, but who knows? Maybe I'll be back sooner than I think. Until then, hope everyone stays well. Thanks for coming out tonight, and we'll see you later. Bye.